You know it's Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesday with MPK.
Greetings and welcome to Season 2, Episode 26 of Wisdom Wednesday with MPK. I'm Dawn, DawnieRobinBobbin.com if you want to find me on the internet. We're continuing on Psalm 37, the musical. And we're up to verse 37 and 38, which leaves us with one song next week. And then we're done with a whole psalm. We have studied it. We've enjoyed it. And the theme throughout the whole thing has been the same. Contrast of the righteous and the wicked. And today we're going to find out the end of the righteous and the end of the wicked. And here's our song, Psalm 37 through 38. And it's got a little twang in it. Oh, mark the blameless man and observe the upright, for the future of that man is peace. Oh, mark the blameless man and observe the upright, for the future of that man is peace. But the transgressor shall be destroyed together, the future of the wicked shall be cut off. Oh, mark the blameless man and observe the upright, for the future of that man is peace. Psalm 37 through 38. And there it is. Next, we got to talk about it. Nothing remarkably new here. It's saying the same thing again. Mark the blameless man and observe the upright. So the two themes here are shamar is the Hebrew word for mark, and it's guard, observe, pay attention to, seek it out, protect it. It's kind of got the idea of a fence and shepherding and guarding. But in this instance, it's used a lot of times in the Old Testament, the word shamar. But it's now observe, mark, watch. Keep your eyeballs on the blameless and the upright man. Observe the upright, another synonym for keeping your eyes peeled. Watch the blameless and upright man. I couldn't think of a better person to bring up than a guy in my brand new book. And this is my commercial for Jesus Be the Boss of Me. It is officially here. I mean, it got printed. I've got the first 100 copies in my fingers. And they're so pretty and they came out so nice. And here's what the back looks like. Yay! So turn to my new book, Jesus Be the Boss of Me, Poetry and Ponderings, Volume 2, page 68. And this one is all about our friend Job. If you go to Job 1:1, it says, there was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job. And that man was blameless and upright. There's our two words again. And one who feared God and shunned evil. And then again, in 1:8, then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil? And then verse 3, again, here we see it again. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job, that there's none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil? And still he holds fast to his integrity. Although you incited me against him to destroy him without a cause. Who is this Job? He was blameless and upright, according to God. And I wrote a poem to nutshell his life. And it's on page 68 of my brand new book, Jesus Be the Boss of Me. It could always be worse. God made a way to make self-pity never stay. The Lord chose in his great plan to help us understand that it could always be worse. Once upon a time, you see, there was a righteous man with 3 beautiful daughters, 7 fine sons. He feared the Lord. Evil he shunned. Job was wealthy beyond compare. Sheep, camels, oxen, donkeys, servants at Job's house were never rare. Blameless and upright in all his dealings until the enemy of his soul went before the Lord with wretched squealings. Satan whined, he's only righteous because of you. Protection and favor are why he's never blue. Remove the hedge. He'll curse you. It's true. So God said, fine. God said, go. My Job is righteous. I'll told you so. So Satan was allowed to murder his servants, steal his cows, kill his kids in the place they were housed. He cleared his account, left a balance of 0. In all this, Job worshiped God like a true hero. So Satan got angry and frustrated and mad and screeched, it's because he has his help. That's why he's not bad. So God said, fine, take that too. Job will stay righteous. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So there went Job's health in the blink of an eye. Boils everywhere, the poor guy. His wife shook her weary head and said, curse God and die. But he didn't sin with his lips in all his suffering. And God brought Job through a process, a real eye-opening, a lesson on how to trust him. When the chips are really down, he's still the King of Kings and the only solid ground around. God blessed Job double after his awful trial and gave a model for we who struggle with trouble by the pile. Job showed us it could always be worse. To praise the Lord no matter what and never curse. God is in control and can be trusted. Our accuser hates us and will eventually be eternally busted. Jesus be the boss me. Job was blameless and upright. And then as I thought about this theme, it kept up in Proverbs. Proverbs is a good contrast. Blameless, upright people. So let's read the 3 Proverbs I found about being blameless and upright. And that would be 2:21 and 22. This is basically the same thing that Psalm 37 is saying. For the upright will dwell in the land, and the blameless will remain in it. But the wicked will be cut off from the earth, and the unfaithful will be uprooted from it. So there it is. Basically Psalm 37, 38, but found in Proverbs chapter 2:21 and 22. And then flip over to Proverbs 28:10, and it says this. Whoever causes the upright to go astray in an evil way, he himself will fall into his own pit, but the blameless will inherit good. Isn't that exciting? But the blameless will inherit good. And Proverbs 29:10. The bloodthirsty hate the blameless, but the upright seeks the bloodthirsty's well-being. Isn't that the irony? The bloodthirsty hate the blameless, but the upright seek his well-being. So upright people, yeah, they're not bitter. In fact, they pray for their enemies. That's what God said would happen. Mark the blameless man and observe the upright. Okay, so now what is the future for the upright and the blameless? According to Psalm 37:37, the future is peace. And that word is shalom. Shalom, yoked together with the Prince of Peace for eternity. Shalom. 229 times in the Old Testament that word is found for peace. True peace that passes all understanding, that can guard your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. Shalom is completeness. It's wholeness. It's that lack of anxiety and fear. It's peace that passes all understanding. It's shalom, and it's from the Lord. The future for the upright and the blameless is shalom. That is the future for the righteous. But now let's move on to verse 38. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. Isaiah 53:10 says this. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He has put him to grief. When you make his soul an offering for sin. Flash forward to 11. He shall see the labor of his soul and be satisfied. By his knowledge my righteous servant shall justify many. For he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore I will divide him a portion with the great. And he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he poured out his soul unto death, and was numbered with the transgressors. He bore the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. The transgressors. If you turn back, that's our word, transgressor. Psalm 37. Psalm 37:38. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. Jesus was destroyed as a transgressor in our place. We were the transgressors. We were the rebels. We were the ones who did wickedly. Jesus did nothing. He was sinless. He was God with skin on. He came to be a sacrifice for our sin. He was destroyed so we wouldn't have to be destroyed. But because he was sinless, he was not destroyable. And he up from the grave arose that third day and ascended. We just celebrated Pentecost Sunday. And that was 10 days after Ascension. And Jesus is alive. He is alive forevermore, and he poured out his Spirit upon the church so that we could be empowered to live the Christian life and to observe the upright and to walk in his peace. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together. So that is what's going to happen for everyone who does not receive the gift that Jesus gave. If you don't receive Christ, if you don't receive what he did, the payment for your transgression, you get to be destroyed together with the wicked. Because what does 38 tell us? The future of the wicked shall be cut off. Just like the future of that man is peace in 37, same word, future. The Hebrew there is acharit, and it means the end, the after part. Because it's not the end. Death is not the end. Death is either a separation or a fulfillment. When you die in this body, you're going to pass on into eternity. And there's two eternities. There's eternal torment in hell, and there's eternal bliss with Christ and eternal peace. That is what Psalm 37, and 38 explains. The future of that man is peace. That is the upright and the blameless. But the future of the transgressors and the wicked, they are going to be cut off. They have a future. And it isn't like it's over. They're going to be destroyed. The word is destroyed, but it doesn't mean what you would think it might mean. Like in this earth, destroyed means, oh, it's done. It's obliterated. It's gone. But that's not the biblical idea of destroyed. True destruction is a forever process. So the destruction for the wicked, it's going to mean they're cut off, is a better description. And that word cut off is karoth, and it happens 288 times. And it's being separated off. It means eternal separation. It's not that you're done and, well, that's the end of you. No, you live forever. Every soul is a forever soul. And you're either going to be forever in peace or forever in torment. Those are the options. So I leave you with our dear Moses. Turn to Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 15. And I leave you today with the same thing that Moses left the children of Israel near the very end of his life. He says this, "See, I have set before you today life and good, death and evil, in that I command you today to love the Lord your God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments, his statutes, and his judgments, that you may live and multiply, and the Lord your God will bless you in the land which you go to possess. But if your heart turns away, so that you do not hear, and are drawn away, and worship other gods, and serve them, I announce to you today that you shall surely perish. You shall not prolong your days in the land which you cross over the Jordan to go in and possess. I call heaven and earth as witnesses today against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose life, that both you and your descendants may live, that you may love the Lord your God, and that you may obey his voice, and that you may cling to him, for he is your life and the length of your days, and that you may dwell in the land which the Lord swore to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to give them." So you have two choices for your end: peace or being cut off. That's all the time we have for this week. Until next time.
You know it's Wednesday, Wisdom Wednesday with MPK.